Hello and welcome to the new episode of the Knitting in a podcast. I'm Yvonne, I'm a knitter, and I think this is episode 8 in English. I checked it yesterday and now I don't really know if it's real or if it's 8. I think it's 8. If it's different, then you'll see it under this video. Welcome to my channel. I love to make this English episodes. I make the Dutch episodes. That's what I'm doing nearly a year now. And 3 or 4 months ago, I thought, I do it in English too because it's good for my English. I like to go to England, especially to London. Maybe you see my London vlogs and you see my sweater, my new sweater. So, this is episode 8, and I like it. I feel more comfortable talking in English, and we'll see what this episode brings. I've got a lot to talk about. It's mostly knitting. One thing is crochet. I have coffee in my new London mug. I collect these mugs from London. These are a good size for our Dutch size coffees. And when I'm in London, I can buy a new one, but only if if there is a new print. And this was a new one. This one I didn't have. So the first night I arrived, I immediately saw this, and there was just one of them. And this one I already had, but it was broken. And this is also a super nice print. I love this cup. So I thought, okay, I buy 2 new London cups. And now I'm at home and I discovered that the ear is bigger. So I thought yesterday, it holds so nice. The other cups were a little bit smaller, so that's an improvement for the London cups. Maybe you been to London and have many cups of these yourself. I don't know, but this is my all-time favorite coffee cup. I always take the London cups at first. I've got a lot of other nice mugs and cups, but these are always my favorites. Now, it's a very rainy day here in the Netherlands. Last week when I was in London, I was so lucky. I didn't feel one drop. There was rain, but that was on a moment that I was in my hotel room. But now here in Holland, it's echt so bad. It's constantly rain. That's that's not the last few summers. It was too dry, it was too hot, and now it's too bad. I like rain, of course, because I'm a knitter. I don't mind. I go sit on my couch and knit and think, oh heerlijk, I love it. But it's not nice for the people who are on holiday in caravans or tents. I can imagine that you're thinking now, you'd rather go home because this is nothing. I would have gone to the flea market today in our neighborhood in the city called Rijssen. There's always 5 weeks in the summer on Thursdays a big flea market. Everybody can sit there. You pay a few euros for your for your meters, and if you are with children, it is for free. So I had a lot of things that I wanted to sell, and I thought, I go to the flea market 3 August. But the weather was so bad, and yesterday I decided to not to go. So in my house everything was ready for the flea market, so I have to put it away again. And so that was a pity, but there will be other moments maybe that I'm going to the flea market because I have a lot of nice things to sell through. I buy a lot of things in thrift shops or in on flea markets, but sometimes you have had it for a while and then you think, I can resell it for somebody else. So it would have been a nice stall, but I'm not there because it's raining the whole day. I drink my coffee and then we start with what I finished. I have one finished object this time and a few, a lot of whips I think, but they're all whips I'm working on. So yeah. Mm. No, and the first one is the Stephen West Mystery Sock Knit Along. So if you are living under a stone and you didn't see the results already and you don't want to see the results, you have to zap away because I'm going to show them now. I finished them in 4 weeks. That was the Missy. I didn't want to do longer. It doesn't matter. You can do as long as you want over it. But I started them 6 July, I think. And I am ready. Nice, eh? So this is the right sock, this is the left sock. I can remember that because here is the color of my yarn is changing and the colors of my other main color are darker. So that's not, I don't mind, but this is my right sock. I knitted them two at a time, but first this clue one, then that clue one, then this clue two, then that clue two. So last week, before I went to London, I was here, clue 3 was finished, and that was a good feeling because I thought when I come back I just only have to do the clue 4 on both socks and then it's ready. I thought clue 4 would be easy, so la la la, knit your toe and it's ready. But of course not, it's Stephen West, and but it was not hard. It was not hard at all. On a certain point I thought I have to fit them, and when I had 4 lines I thought, oh, it's long enough. But then I thought I do one repeat extra, just one darker contrast color stripe extra, so I have 5 stripes, and then I started with a toe, and I knit a lot of socks now for 1.5 years, but this sock is the best fitting sock I knitted so far. That's so good. The heel is fitting very well. You call it the gusset, I think, is fitting very well. Yeah, the slip stitch, I don't feel it. I didn't block my socks yet because I thought they wouldn't be dry because it's so damp outside that, no, I didn't block them yet. I will do it because the structure is a little bit more like this, but they're fitting very, very well. So Stephen West, thank you for this beautiful pattern. My father saw my socks and said, I want them too. I like the structure of this. It's lekker, squishy and warm. He wants them now also for the winter, so I have to search colors for him. I said, what color do you like? Oh, that doesn't matter, so I can choose myself. And it was a lovely pattern to knit. It was not hard at all, very clear. I didn't use the videos for the last piece, for the toe. I used videos. The rest I could do from the paper. So this is my finished object for today. I don't have any more finished objects, but I really, really love them. In the previous videos I tell you about which yarn I used. I don't do it again, so you can skip over to the previous videos. Thank you, Stephen West, you are genius. I love your patterns and I still love it more and more and more. So I think I'm going to do a test knit for you. Maybe I will in the future. So that was the first object I worked on. That's finished. I have a lot of whips. I went to London this last week. That was my holiday. I like to go alone. I'm not afraid. I like the city. I know the city. I've been there more than 20 times. And I love the fact that I don't have to yeah, how do you say it in English? I can do whatever I want. Nobody is, yeah, nobody's saying to me, "Oh, I don't like this anymore. I want to go here. I'm tired. I don't want to." Nah, you know what I mean. When you're alone, you have the time on your side, and you can do whatever you want. So that was so nice. I was in a nice hotel. If you want to see which hotel, you can see my London vlogs. There, I tell you everything about it. And this is a knitting podcast, so I don't go there back. So when I thought, oh yeah, I go on a trip with the train. I went with the Eurostar. What do I bring for the knitting? Normally, I don't knit so much when I'm on holiday, especially when I'm in London. But in the train, you sit 4 hours, and I thought, yeah, I can knit there, and waiting before you can check in. So in the waiting room, I knitted the second sock of this lovely toe-up sock. I knit these on 2mm needles. It's a little thin. I don't think that's my, I will do that again. It's a little bit tight. I did 64 stitches. And the first sock I finished, I showed them in the previous videos, and I made a shorty sock with a picot edging. So that's this is then the second sock, and yeah, this piece I knitted when I was waiting for the train, and afterwards I didn't knit on it anymore. So I don't want to tell too much about this. This is in my handmade bag, project bag I made myself. These fabrics are all from thrift shops. The band I bought at a haberdashery store here in Hengelo, Ivanka, and I love the vintage look. So this is my little bag, and I love it. Then I took my garter shawl. If you saw my previous videos, you know that I'm working on it, and I thought I can knit on it on the train, and I did. And in the evenings, when I was in my hotel room, and in the mornings, I did a little bit of knitting. So I was here when I went to London. I did a progress keeper on it, a nice yarn ball with the needles in it, and this piece I knitted from there. This shawl, the garter shawl, the beginning was really quick, and I thought, oh, that's a nice shawl, and I finished it in July. But the last piece is so long that yeah, that takes a while, but I'm not in a hurry. So I would knit every day a few rows until it's finished, and then you have to do the I-cord bind off. Yeah, I use this one is a merino, 100% merino, and this is sock yarn from Wool met Verve. I don't tell everything about the wool because I did it in previous videos, so if you want to see that, you have to watch my previous episodes. I really like this. It's a really big triangle shaped shawl. I would love to that it's done, and yeah, it's also a Stephen West pattern. I love it. I'm a big fan of his knittings, and yeah, I will certainly make more Stephen West shawls. Mystery Knit-along is coming in October, of course. I can't wait. So then I hope to finish this piece. I think it will succeed. It's in my bag from, I bought it from Lots of Yarn Love here in the Netherlands on the Ontmoetdag. My alpaca or llama bag, I love it. It's a little medium-sized bag, I think. So the shawl isn't really, yeah, the shawl is fitting in, but the rest of the balls are in this bag. This is from my Door mij met liefde. It's a Dutch maker. She has, this is also a good model, medium size, with a strap, and the inside it's Christmas fabric. So but I use it all year long, and of course my London buzzes on it. Ta-da! So here's my yarn stash in for the shawl, but I think I have a lot left. I think this color I use for the last part of the section 3 with the darker red, and I think I do the dark red also for the border. I got bind off and I've got this left. I think I don't use any more of this, but it will go in my stash for my blankets and so forth. So that is a whip number. Nou, ik weet niet meer which number. I think number 2. Then I have another sock on my needles for a while. Oh yeah, that. This is sock number 2 from the nice ball of West Yorkshire Spinners that I bought last January in London. I am now here that I can start the heel, the shadow wrap short row heel. The first sock is already done. I just have to weave in the ends. Yeah, and I will finish this month. I have 4 socks on my needles now, and I want to finish them all before. All 4 socks are the second socks, so the first socks are ready and the second socks are on the needles, and I want to finish them this month, and then I can cast on new ones. I hope that will succeed. So this is a work in progress. I like it. It's in my handmade. Made this myself from an old cushion cover, and I love it so with the handles on it. You can so walk through your house, la la la, take it everywhere, or I hang it on my closet. So that's a nice bag. Oh yeah, every day when I wake up, I start with knitting. I drink my coffee, I drink my shake in the morning, and then I go knitting. When I have an appointment, I have an appointment at 8 and 9 o'clock. I will go up early that I always can knit on my square. That's such a nice thing to do because afterwards I always think, okay, I did some knitting, now I can do other things. And I started the second Cozy's Memories blanket because I love it so much. The first one I succeed and it's ready. I showed you in the previous episodes, and this is my second one. I started this one 3 July, and I try to do every day a square, but when I was in London I didn't take it, so that week I skipped, and I think I started last Sunday or so. I was here. This and this. On the moment I used the minis from, I had bought once the Row 1 minis. I have a subscription on it, but now I stopped it for a few months, and I think I will do it in October or in November, and I put it on again, and then I get a new one. It's not cheap, of course. You have to let it come from the UK, not from the UK, from America. So, but these I have 10 Row 1 minis, and these I use for this blanket. And what is left of it, I use in my other blanket, the Northeasterly, and what then is left of it, I will put in my my other blankets, the crochet blankets. I'll show you later. So this is what I've got so far. I love it. Yeah, it's my favorite knitwear. And every morning I do a square, and it takes me to 45 minutes to do a square. And then I try also to do 3 rows on my lip skull. This one I knit with my Advent yarn calendar from Wool-based from last year. En even kijken dat het er niet van de naden afschiet. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, now it's growing. I like it a lot. I use the pattern of Jude Harper, the Litmus Call. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, and I try to do 3 to 4 rounds a day. I'm not in a hurry with this, but sometimes I do it a bit longer piece, but normally try to do a quarter a day on this scarf. This Litmus Call, it's getting a call. I want to make it that it's 2 times around my neck and not bigger, because otherwise you have a gap here and then it's still cold. So that is my Litmus Call, and I like it. These are the minis, and what's left of these minis I will knit in my blankets. Yeah. This is the beautiful little autumnal bag from Bertie and Poppet. I bought it last year. I love this bag. It's I think a medium size, not the biggest one, but for me this is big enough. And when it's not fitting anymore, I will take a bigger bag. So that is what I do every day. I knit on every day. Then I've got the Northeasterly blanket. I don't knit on this every day, normally once a week, and then I do a few colors, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. This is the 4th lane I am knitting on the moment. So this is also a really nice long time project. I don't have, not in a hurry with this, don't knit on this every day, but mostly every week. But it's a nice knit too. And everything from the row 1 minis, when I do a square, I put the rest in this bag and make it in this blanket. But this is very full, this bag, with all the scraps, so I'm not ready at all. So when I do all these pieces, then we'll see how far I am then, but it will take a while. It's not and this is my bag from Sunny Designs. She's in the Netherlands, and I love this model. It's bigger than my own models, so I walk through my house with this. And then when I have the little scraps, I put it in my Granny Stripes sock yarn. Yeah, I call it the Fiddly Bits blanket, like the Fiddly Bits call. And it's growing. Mostly when half an hour before I get to sleep, this is on my bed always, I will do a row, sometimes 2. Mine is not too wide. I don't have to, I think I did 100 stitches. It smells nice. And it can be, what I like to take, I do. I do all the knots. I make knots, and I have to weave in the ends. Maybe I cut them off. Somebody said you can cut them off, and it will succeed. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'm going to weave them in. I don't mind weaving in. Maybe it's maybe I have to do it binnenkort, want then you have it's maybe a good time to begin to weaving my ends. They're on both sides, so we'll see. But this is a lovely crochet project. I'm not a big crocheter. Knitting is for me easier. Crocheting, I always go, I don't count good, and then I have a stitch too many or too less, and so I'm not. This is what I like. Simple and easy. Yeah, and I love the colors. So nice. When it's, maybe when it's done in a few years, I don't know how long I will. I love to work on it. So I try to do it every evening before I go to bed, sometimes 3 times a week. But that's okay. And in this bag are also lots of fiddly bits that can go in this blanket. And this bag I made myself from a vintage, also a cushion cover from the, I think, the 70s. It was really new when I bought it in the shop. It was really new, and yeah, I love this this bag. This is nice, and again with the straps. Nou, even kijken. Yeah, then I started a sweater last, before I think a week before I went to London. I don't know exactly anymore, but I had all the nice mini balls from West Yarn. She's in Schorl, where I went on holiday with my father, and with Easter I bought this package with 10 minis, and they're called Easter eggs, and these have all the colors. I think I showed it in a previous video. So I want to make a sweater of it, and at first I thought I will make the whatever sweater from Julie Knits in Paris. I saw that with the lovely Happy Little Yarn podcast. I like her a lot. She's so funny. So she made that sweater, and then I thought, oh, that's nice. I want to make that too, but I don't wear a lot of colors normally. I'm always wearing black, and when you have a colorful shawl, it's okay. But when it's a colorful garment, I don't think I'm going to wear that. So I thought, what can I do? And in the pattern of Julie Knits in Paris from the whatever sweater, I bought it, but you have to count yourself how you do the raglan, and I didn't do a raglan before, so my head was not in the right space. I thought, no, I don't want to think about that now. So I thought maybe I can knit the Weekend again from Andrea Maury. I knit it before, but then without the slip stitches, and then just in garter, not in garter stitch, but in the knit stitch. So I started with the cuffs. Then you go knitting around, and the first piece of the sweater, I used 2 balls. I mixed them together. One is the gray. This is Cornerstone from Jode Harper's shop, the colorway Cornerstone, and this is one I had bought at the Breidagen, and this is from Wol met Verve, and I mixed those two, and there I knit the cuff from. The cuff, you call it a cuff, I think, yeah. And then I bought black sock yarn, and I mixed that with the Easter eggs colors, and I measured this. So when I used all the colors, I think I am here. I measured it, that then I am here, and then the side, the cuff on the top, I will do in this colors again. So then it is light, and the above is light, under is a little lighter, and in the middle it's darker with the colors, so black, and then the sleeves I'm going to do black, because I don't want too many colors on me. So I'm very curious what that will look like when it's ready. So a little bit an experiment. I used the Weekender for the stitch count. I measured it, and I want a little bit positive E, so I'm very curious how it will end up. But no hurry. This is we'll see when we maybe I want to try to that when it's Christmas I can wear it. That's a nice point in the agenda to knit this sweater. But it's a really easy knit. I have it on 4.5mm needles. This is Knit Pro Symphony, so it's not hard. You can knit it around and Sometimes you have to do another color. I think I do 10 rows of 11 rows, and then I cut the color off. Then I have a little bit left, and that I can use for my blankets. And then I do another color, and I've got 10 colors. It's 10, yeah, that was 55 centimeters, I think. So the piece from the black and the color is 55 centimeters, and then this comes under and something above, so the sweater will not be too short. I think 65 centimeters or a little bit more. We'll see. So this is my partly pattern from Andrea Maury and partly what I come up to myself. Hoe zeg je dat in het Engels? Verzin ik gewoon zelf. Make it up myself. So that's my sweater. And do I have did I tell everything? I think so. This nice cup I bought at the thrift shop at Portobello Road, the Cancer Research shop. I love this brown big mug. I drink water now from it. And when I was there, I found this little sweet teapot. A little English cottage. My mother had a few of these. I have them. She gave them to me. And I thought, oh, this one is so nice to remember the weekend of the week in London. And I bought it for £8, so I thought it was a good buy. It's a little bit, how do you say? The paint is a little bit off, but I don't mind. I love this. So that's what I bought at the thrift shop. And when I was in London, maybe you saw it in my London vlogs, I bought a few balls of wool. The first thing I went to was John Lewis. I love the big haberdashery and yarn department that they've got. I have been there in January, but now it was summer, of course. So the hoe zeg je dat nou? The department wasn't bigger than last time. It was a little bit less, but I saw this signature 4-ply from West Yorkshire Spinners in the podcast from Lisa on Knit All the Yarn podcast. And when I saw this, I thought, when I'm in London and this one is there in the shop, I will buy this one. And it was. And they had a lot of balls, and I had to choose because I had a budget. So I just bought this sock ball, yarn ball. And I thought maybe I go back and buy another one, but I didn't do that. So this was the first thing I bought there. And these balls I saw in last January already, but then I didn't know what to knit with it. And this is a DK weight. And in the meantime, I would like to knit the DRK Everyday Call from Andrea Maury, and there she uses DK weight yarn. So I had 3 balls of this. The third ball, I think it's on the ground. It doesn't matter. And it's enough for the call. For that call, I bought the pattern yesterday. She was turning 40. Andrea Maury, happy birthday. Welcome to the club. I'm already with a club of 50 plus. But she had 40% sale, 40% less. So I bought that pattern. It was now €4.50 or so. And the sale is going until tomorrow. So if you want to buy a pattern of Andrea Maury, you should do it this week. So I'm going to knit this call from these, just one strand together, no other colors, just knitting. And I think I started maybe this week. I like to knit on more things than one. I'm not a monogamous knitter. I always got more things on my needles. So that's what I bought at John Lewis. Then I was in a shop. It's nearby Portobello Road of nearby Notting Hill. That's a party shop and they sell yarn, and I bought this opal ball there. The nice grey with a pink, I like it. And it is Farbe 9540. And this is how it knits up. So I don't know if you can see it. So this ball I bought also. On Portobello Road I bought at the thrift shop also this ball. This is acrylic yarn, but I love this color, and I'm going to use it for my acrylic crochet blanket, granny stripes blanket that I'm making. So this was £2.5. I thought, okay, I will take one ball. I love it. It's on the screen less yellow than when I see it like this. It's echt een lekkere, bright yellow. It's so funny. I love yellow more and more. You see it on my sweater. You see it in my Versus Unite. I always think, oh yeah, that's a nice pop color, like Stephen West says. So that's what I bought there, and I had bought this pin for £1 for the cancer research. My sister had breast cancer last year. Is it all? Yeah, this is for her. So cancer is not nice. It's in my family. My father had it, but he's still alive. My mother had it. She's unfortunately died. Pancreas cancer she had. My sister got breast cancer last year, so who done? I hope that was it. It's not it's an awful illness. Yeah. So that's why I bought this pin. I was, of course, I went to Liberties to see if they had new balls of yarn, but they didn't have. No, I went to Liberties 3 times now since last year, and the yarn department didn't grow, unfortunately. But they have nice fabric, so I bought this nice fabric for Christmas for project bags. I think this is 1/2 meter. Maybe I can make 2 project bags of it. I love this look. And this nice purple with yellow flowers. So sweet. It's also 1/2 meter. So that's what I bought at Liberties. I love Liberties. I always love to stroll there, and I don't know. It's one of my favorite shops. John Lewis is, of course. And I didn't went to Selfridges this year because they don't sell yarn. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't have the time to walk in. So normally I go there too, but didn't do that this year. I forgot a few things to do in London. So stupid. I bought a nice handmade bag. I can take it. Wait. Yeah, once I was on Covent Garden, and there, I don't know if it's every day, but there was a market between of naast Covent Garden, and they sell all handmade things, paintings. I don't know. At that point in my life, I didn't knit, so I didn't pay attention to many things. But when I walked out, I saw this beautiful handmade. It's like a project bag. For £10. I bought it for £10. The pound was really, for us, gunstig. It was, I think, €11. And last week before I went to London, I thought, oh yeah, that's the bag I did buy for £10. It's really not much, and it is handmade. So I thought, I go there again. That's the reason I went to Covent Garden, and I totally forgot. I was at Covent Garden and I was filming, and maybe you saw my London vlogs, and you saw that what I filmed, and I went to the Moomin shop, but it didn't came in my head that I want to look there if that market was there, because there are many things, handmade things. And I was there at I think, was it No, it was the first day, so it was Tuesday. Maybe that market is only in the weekends, I don't know. But it's so stupid that I'm home again and now I think, oh, of course, I wanted to go there. So I have to go back to London. Of course, always a reason to go back to London. So the next time I hope that I don't forgetting it. I've got another thing. My son said there's a nice shop, Gymshark shop in Regent Street. And I totally forgot that. I didn't walk through Regent Street this time. I walked through Carnaby Street and I thought in a blink of an eye, oh yeah, Regent Street, I've been there so often. I don't go there now. And now I'm back home and my son said, did you go to Gymshark? I totally forgot. So I have always a reason to go back to London, of course. So this bag I'm very happy with. It's full of cotton where I have to do something with in the future. What did I buy? Oh yeah, Friday, my lovely friend Roel, she lives in Manchester, and she's from origin. She's Dutch. She lived in Enschede, that's nearby where I live here in Hengelo. And she said, do you like to meet and drink a coffee and go yarn shopping? Yes, of course, I like that. So we meet up at Liverpool Street Station. It was such a nice day. It was a really nice woman, lady, friend. She's now my new knitting friend in England. And we went yarn shopping for her a Vertition night. Oh yeah, I forgot the Vertition night. I will tell you about in a few minutes. So we bought yarn for her, and she had chose lovely colors. We went to Knit with Attitude. This is the card. This is the address there, but you can Google it, of course. And she bought nice yarn, and I bought these 2.25 millimeter needles because in Holland I always want to buy them, but they're always not on sale or not in the sale. I don't know. So I've got them there. Then she gave me a little present, and I got I don't know how do you call it in English. It's for your socks when they're kapot. You can fix your socks with this. She bought me a nice London. This is for my project bag, so that's a really nice little present from her. And in the Moomin shop, I bought the lovely pen of Moo and a stitch marker from Moomin, the Moomin. So that's the things I bought. Oh yeah, and afterwards we went to Loop London because we had time left, and I didn't go there before because I thought maybe Roel wants to go there, and then I already been there. Maybe it's better to wait, and that's what we did. So Friday later we went to Loop London, and I bought two nice dark red Isager. I thought it was alpaca. I don't know why. I think in the there was alpaca, and in the top of the shell was this wool, and I didn't pay attention because I buy this for my third session night, and it's a nice reminder of this beautiful day, and I can put it in my shawl. And when I came back in the hotel, I saw it was Highland wool, 100% Highland wool. So I don't want to use it in my Vertice Unite because I'm knitting that with alpaca. I'll show you so. So this will come for another project, maybe the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along that is coming in October. And I bought this was in the sale for £1 for my blankets. So that was also from Woolstock. That was a nice reminder of that beautiful day in London. Thank you, Roel. I don't think you watched the English episodes, but if you do, thank you for that beautiful day. I think that was it for the things I bought. Yeah, this piece of fabric I bought at a thrift shop, the Red Cross on Portobello. It is a little leftovers you could give a donation for this, so I did. Yeah, and then I forgot to tell you about our knit along. My lovely friend Linda from Wool Hobby, she's on YouTube here also. She has also a podcast in English and in Dutch, like me. We organized a knit along. I knitted once the Stephen West Vertices Unite, and I love that shawl so much that I like to knit another one. And I had a lot of alpaca dus in my stash. And Linda had the pattern already in her library and said I always wanted to knit that. So we decided to do a knit along. And there are many people who, I think there are more than 30 people who knit along with us. Last Monday we had a nice Zoom call with all a few of the participators, I think 22. And so we started last Monday, and I made some progress. Even anders ligt hier weer op een bultje. Tada! I had many balls from the nice brown and the pink, powdery pink, I think, from the alpaca, and I thought I want to use it in a shawl, and this is what I chose. The rest is these colors. This is what I use for the rest of the shawl, and then the brown, and then the light pink. That's my color choice, and I don't know how I'm going to I forget one. And the purple. This is going to be part 3 of the shawl. This is this I'm going to combine in the part 2 and the rest. So that's it. That is really nice. I have a lot of alpaca in my stash, and I think I for 2 years I want to do something with these nice colors, and now it's coming in the Vertices Unite. At first I thought maybe I will knit the little version this time, but I talked about it with Roel, and Roel said it's such a little scarf, and I thought yeah, you're right, I don't want a little scarf. I knit the big one. I have yarn enough, so that's what I start, and it's a really nice knit. It's not absolutely not hard. Here's my sweet stitch marker I had from Roel, the Big Ben. Haha, of course, London. Yeah, and I can't wait to knit on it again. And it's in my Stephen West bag I bought at Stephen and Penelope's, and I bought a pin there. West knits are the best knits. So this is my main knit this the next few weeks. I will knit on this at first, and then the Garter Breeze. That's the second. I want to finish that. And socks I will put on the background a little bit on the moment, because I don't know, I don't feel it any on this moment to knit a lot of socks. In July I thought, oh, I knit a lot of socks, I like it. With Summer Sock Camp I was helemaal enthusiastic, and now I'm a little bit, oh no, the socks are not the important thing. So this one is my main knit on the moment. I want to knit on this a lot, my sweater and the Garter Breeze. So 3, then I have 3 pieces, and then we'll see how far we come, and in about 2 weeks I'm always again here with a knitting podcast. Next week I will do the weekly vlogs again. I didn't film things from last week because you have seen maybe the London vlogs. It's a little bit too much, so I thought today I'm going to sit and talk about knitting and not show what I did did in the week. And the Sunday vlog will come next Sunday. You'll see it appear on YouTube if you like it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. What I see on YouTube, that my English versions of my podcast and my vlogs, yes, there are a good amount of people who watch it, but nobody likes it. Nobody gives a like. Sometimes I just have 3 likes, and with the Dutch versions of my podcast, there be 40 likes. So if you like my videos and you watch my videos, don't forget to put the like button, because it will help grow my channel, and more people can discover me on YouTube, and that's super nice. But there are, of course, a few people who react on my videos, and that's what I like. Of course, I always try to at least give a heart, or I respond, of course, but that will sometimes maybe I don't see it, or I don't have the time for it, but I like to read the comments, so please feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, and if you have a YouTube channel yourself, tell me, I will follow you back. I like to watch knitting content, knitting podcasts. That's what I do. Yeah, when I sit and knit, I watch a podcast, Dutch or English, doesn't matter. I love to learn more about you also. So I think that this was it. And so I leave you for now. If you want to join our Virtues Unite summer call, you can always join in. Buy the pattern at Stephen and Penelope's on Ravelry or the website of them, and you can participate with the hashtag Vertices Unite Zomerkal. It's on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you can see it, and you can participate. Maybe you already knit that shawl. Please join the club. It's we'll have a few prizes at the end, and but it's no hurry, no end date. It's just nice to knit the same shawl with a bunch of people. So thank you for watching, and see you in about 2 weeks. Doei!